Two great plays on this replay. One by Nemchinov, who makes a great cut in from almost the icing line. And Curtis Joseph, who's one of the best goaltenders on anything down low, makes a spectacular stop to keep the score at 3-3. And you can see that Canada has had no offense at all with 7:44 left in this second period.
Gonchar trying to keep it in. Got in, but not for long. Lindros stealing it at center. In Primo and Shanahan in front of the net. Couldn't get the puck out to him, so Shanahan comes back. The three Canadian forwards in back to the net. It's centered. Desjardins near the blue line. Backhands it in again. Lindros does not handle it cleanly. Kozlov fired one right to Shanahan. Trying to give it to Lindros. There's Primo doing big work for Canada. Primo, 55, turning back and forth. Centered finally. Cleared to the line. Not out. This time it does get out. Chemnov overskates it. Primo stopped him. And Desjardins flipped one in wide of the goal. Gonchar back. Leaving it for Kasparaitis. Shanahan lined him up. Saw him coming. Couldn't hit him. 6:45 left in the second period. Score is tied at 3. Kasparaitis shooting it down the ice. It'll be an icing call with Stevens back to touch it. So we're still tied here in the second.
Canadian Tire has great prices on everything you need. Plus, earn Canadian Tire money with every cash purchase of merchandise. Canadian Tire. Everyday low prices made better.
Well, probably the best forechecking forward physically in the National Hockey League. And when you pass the puck or try to stop him when he gets going, you're in trouble. And here's a good example coming right up here. As he's very tough to take out. Kasparaitis can't pin him. And if you pass the puck, you better look out when Big 88's got his eye on you, because he's not going to veer away at the last minute.
Brind'Amour, Fleury, and Sakic. Canada's line now. Yushkevich bumped by Sakic behind the net. Lead pass doesn't work up through the middle for Yashin. Here comes Fleury on the fly. The shot, a good one, stopped. Got the rebound. It goes back of the net to Sakic. He tries to get out front, was knocked down. And Russia clears it out. Kovalev up across the line, leaving it there. It's centered for Yashin. Couldn't knock down the high pass. Chitnik played it back. Yushkevich got away from a hit from Sakic. Under 6 minutes left in the second period in a 3-3 tie. Russia with 2 quick goals here in the second. 39 seconds it took them to tie the game. And they come again. Kovalev trying to go up high. Hit the side of the net. Canada storming back out, led by Gretzky. Tossed the pass in on the wing to Damphousse. He got away from one check, centered it. Foot with the shot blocked. And Russia clears the zone quickly. Malikov and Fedorov, the goal scorers for Russia. Damphousse centering one to Gretzky. Didn't work. Foot keeps it in. Fetisov taken out of the play heavily, back of the net with a hit. Linden kept coming at him and nailed him. Now Foot shot. That just missed. Coffey on the other point. Winds up. Doesn't get the shot too far, but he keeps the puck in. Finally, the Russians pick it up and get it out. Kovalev across center. And it goes for Nicolishin. He's in there chasing it. Centered it. Quick shot blocked in front of the net. Chemnov set up. Canada clears the zone. Gretzky caught up with it for Graves. Canada changing as the play goes in deep. Graves tried to hit his man, just missed him. Desjardins from center drives it back in. 4:15 left in the period. Score tied at 3. Fedorov and Nikolish. The other way now. On the boards in the corner, and Desjardins spotted that at the blue line. Charged over to trap it. Lemieux working hard for Canada. Comes back to Desjardins. Fake the shot. Lemieux shoots it. Hit a leg. Fedorov was in front of it. Stevens! That shot is blocked by Nikolish. And it goes flying over the glass into the crowd. 3-3 the score.
With 25% more power, 16-inch wheels, dual airbags, and 4-wheel anti-lock brakes, it's one affordable luxury 4x4. The new Suzuki Sidekick Sport. Lease one now for only $299 a month. For a discovery drive, call your participating dealer today. Suzuki. Ask anyone who owns one.
Somebody killed my brother. It was strength to come home.
One man, one chance, one shot.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a contractor.
A hitman.
On September 13th,
I lost your brother. I don't want to lose you.
there's one risk worth taking. Jean-Claude Van Damme, Natasha Henstridge, Maximum Risk. At theaters Friday, September 13th.
Closed captioning of tonight's game is provided by 120 locally owned Apple Auto Glass dealers.
Canada has had just 3 shots so far in this period.
But here's the best chance they've had, and they've had 2 good shifts as far as forechecking and puck control. What a pass by Dom Foose to Adam Foote. And Adam Foote just can't put it by Happy Boulin. The best chance Canada's had in the second period. They've had 2 good shifts in a row. Let's see if they can make it 3.
Scores still tied at 3. Russia with the only 2 goals in the second period. 3:30 left in the period. Lindros rolling it down now. Coming up hard, but the play is called in behind the play. It'll be an interference penalty in behind the play against Canada.
Big Primo's going to get it. It's a smart play here, and it's just interference, and that's all. Give Primo credit because he allowed Lindros with this little pick here to roar up the side of the rink and get a full blue line to blue line head steam up against the Russian defenseman. But it was a very marginal case of interference. Good idea that didn't quite work.
The Russian power play in the game 0 for 3. Last time they had the man advantage. They managed just 3 shots. So Canada will try to hold him now as the period winds down. It's a 3-3 tie. Power play Russia. Kozlov elects to shoot it in. Kasparaitis, the defenseman, is nailed hard by Blake. Oh, they've got him lined up, number 11 for Russia. But he'll ask for it. Game in and game out. So he's a target. And he was nailed by Blake there. Gonchar feeds it in. Shot missing the goal. Here's Kasparaitis. Big Lindros had him lined up for a moment there. Lindros gets it out by Kasparaitis down the ice. Minute 10 left in the power play. Primo is in the penalty box. Russia moving up. Fedorov's pass goes into Zhendov. Gets it back. Gonchar waits and then fed it in on the right wing boards. Comes back in front of the net. Close call right to the line. Didn't get in. And it's cleared out. Jitnik failed to stop it at the blue line.
Adam Foote made the save, Bob. That puck was rolling in.
2 minutes left in the period. Russia on the power play. The score tied at 3. They step up over the line, feeding it back. Jitnik faked his shot, gave it to McGillney, returned it to him. And again McGillney from Jitnik. The other side now, Yuskevich. Feeds it ahead. They're on the outside. Four-man box set up by Canada. They'd love to keep them out there. They'll whip it around. Yuskevich, shot, deflected wide of the goal. McGillney gets it back. Jitnik again to McGillney. He's covered. Yuskevich now. The shot is high into the glove of Curtis Joseph, and he'll hold it. And the penalty is over.
An excellent play by Joseph. Not only making the save, but having the ability to catch it, because Team Canada needed a change. Russia had controlled the puck for about 45 seconds, and when that happens, the defenders, boy, they start to die in a hurry. Rob Blake, who only played 6 games last year and is coming from a long way back, really got a hold of Kasparaitis with a good clean body check on the boards. And here's the stop Adam Foote made, 52. Look at this. This puck is going in, but Foote with the quick stick pulled it out before it got by Joseph.
Minute 15 left in the period. Canada killing off the penalty against Primo. Khabibulin stepping out of the net. Only 3 shots for him the second period. Russia has had 14. And of course the 2 goals to tie the game. Russia on the puck. Kovalev coming in, trying to get along the boards ahead of Desjardins. Does. Whipped it back near the line. Fetisov feeding it in deep. Kovalev is tied up. Got it off the boards again. Back for Fetisov. Couldn't play it. Stevens fired one ahead quickly. Linden is on the left wing. Gretzky tossed it back. The shot. Linden coming in there. Another shot. Khabibulin down. Gretzky went by it. 18 seconds left in the period. They almost had the lead back. Kovalenko going up over the line for Russia. Turning away from Stevens. And Joseph comes up with a dandy. Another shot in there wide of the net. And the horn goes to end the second period. They nearly scored at one end on Khabibulin, and then Joseph comes up with his best save.
Boy, an acrobatic stop as he went from his left to his right in a big hurry, and that's one of Curtis Joseph's great skill, lateral move. And here's a good example right here, what I'm talking about, as he took what looked like a sure goal away from Alexei Yashin right there.
2 goals by Russia in 39 seconds. The shot's 15-6 in favor of Russia in that second period. So after 2, a 3 tie.
Matthew, they want you on set. This is your big scene.
They really should just write me out.
Out of the scene?
No, actually, out of the whole show.
What?
I want to dedicate myself to these Hostess potato chips.
Why?
Well, they're really very good.
Matthew, are you nuts?
I am so not nuts. Here, try these. They're much better than before. Here, eat these. You eat these. Oh, okay. Oh, fabulous. Well, I believe my work here is done.
Take it on.
Life insurance solutions for Canadians 50 to 75.
We put in long hours, but this store paid the bills, sent the kids to school. We wanted life insurance, but
it was always last on the list.
We're listening, so we created our guaranteed life insurance plan for Canadians between 50 and 75 who've worked too hard to leave their families with added bills.
Call now for more information.
You're guaranteed acceptance with no medical exam or health questions, and no salesperson will visit. You can be covered for as little as $20 a month. Then, depending on your age and the premium you choose, you can be covered for up to $25,000, which triples to $75,000 in case of accidental death. Call now.
You know, I never want to be a burden to anyone. That's just the way I am.
Get your guaranteed life enrollment kit. Call toll-free 1-800-244-8033. That's 1-800-244-8033.
Back in Vancouver, 1972, it was a goal with 34 seconds left. In 87, Mario with 1:26 remaining. So is it any surprise? 3-3 Canada-Russia after 2 periods of play here at GM Place. And here's Sergei Fedorov. Sergei, congratulations on the goal that tied it. And a great second period. How'd you bounce back the way you did?
Well, definitely Team Canada dominated in the first period with the forecheck. And it seems to me they have a pretty strong plan. Put the puck in our zone and just forecheck and put a body on us, and it seems to me they've done it very well. But I believe we made a couple mistakes. We shouldn't. But it's hockey. Here we go back in the second period, and we had 2 or 3 golden opportunities. Out of 3, we scored 2. So it seems to me we're back on track, and you guys feeling a little bit more comfortable, you know.
You said coming overseas was tough, but let's look at your goal, and while we're looking at it, tell me about how you're treating this Canada Cup. How important is it to you personally and to Russia to have a big effort here?
Well, I think I'm very, very, proud to play for my country, and it just feels great to be with those guys after 11 or 10 years, knowing them on the same ice and the same unit, and it feels absolutely great to play just for your own country, you know, and reunited with those teammates. You've been learning how to play this game. It's unbelievable. Great feeling.
Great show. Keep it up.
Thank you very much.
There's Sergei Fedorov. Look at this. This is Wayne Gretzky, 1987. Rendezvous 87. He traded with Slava Fedosov, the captain then. And, of course, he's the captain for Team Canada here. 58 points in 31 Canada Cup games in Wayne's illustrious career. Scott Russell had a chance to visit with the great one at Whistler.
Hockey's defining number is 99. Its greatest name is Gretzky. Boy Wonder is 35 years old now, a family man. He has many loves, but the game's fire still burns deep in his heart.
Well, you know, I got to say that the first day of training camp here, I honestly felt pretty much the same as it did in 1981 when I was 19 years old and I walked in a locker room for Team Canada with Gilbert Perreault and Guy Lafleur and Bob Gainey and Larry Robinson. And I was excited about it. And I had the same feeling when I walked into the training camp in Whistler, when I walked in and saw guys like Lindros and Messier and Coffey. It really, for me, I feel honored to be selected to play in this. And I think it's something that when you're done your career and you look back, you say, wow, that was a great time. I'm really happy I was fortunate enough to be there. So I think that's what kind of motivates Wayne Gretzky. The word respect is so important in my life, and the respect I have for my teammates and my opponents. And I've always approached the game like that. And I think my dedication to the game, you know, I feel like I always work hard in the off season. I practice hard. You know, I love to play, I love to win, and I think my dedication to the game, not just in a day or 2 or 3 days, but since I was 3 or 4 years old, my dedication to wanting to learn the game and wanting to excel has always kind of made me the player I think I am. This is a really good time because, you know, my kids really don't know, I mean, they're kids, and they haven't really, they don't have an understanding of who I am or what I've done. They're American kids, they live in California. So for them to come and see part of my heritage and see, you know, what was it like for me growing up and what Canada's all about and how important hockey is to Canadians in life in general, this is an exciting time for me just to show them all of this. One of the great things about this tournament is we get to play together again. And we do have a special, unique relationship. It's a very unselfish relationship in that we push for each other. You know, when we're on the bench or sitting watching practice or in the stands, we really push for the other guy that hope that he does well, and we feel part of that. If Paul Coffey gets 2 goals and 2 assists, both Mark and I feel as excited about it as he does. So it's a very unique relationship because there's no envyism there, no selfishness between us. We all push for each other, we all hope for each other, and it's a genuine, sincere hope. Canadian public looks at hockey, it's life and death. I mean, that's just the way it is here. You're brought up that way. And all the players who are here have gone through the pressure of having to be successful. So we understand what goes with that territory. And as you said, we are defending champions. We've won it the last 3 times. Yeah, and it puts a little bit of pressure on us, but I think each and every guy in that locker room knows and understands that all of Canada is watching, and we know we're under a big microscope here, and people are expecting us to win a championship.
Wayne Gretzky in tough again. It's 3-3 after 2. Tom Rennie joins us next as our coverage of the World Cup of Hockey returns in a moment.
Stop looking at me.
What's wrong with these people? Never see a bandicoot before?
Matthew, they want you on set. This is your big scene.
They really should just write me out.
Out of the scene?
No, actually, out of the whole show.
What?
I want to dedicate myself to these Hostess potato chips.
Why?
Well, they're really very good.
Matthew, are you nuts?
I am so not nuts. Here, try these. They're much better than before. Here, eat these. You eat these. Oh, okay. Oh, fabulous. Well, I believe my work here is done.
Dear Scotty, trust me, son, Paris is a long, long way from Winnipeg. When I'm not working, I've been touring the town. You know, just taking in the sights.
Fine sunny morning here in the Peg in Portage, Maine. A balmy
Work is going well. I'm here setting up a 1-800 call center for English, French, and German customers. So it's complicated. They really appreciate our technical expertise and that good old Canadian know-how on taking care of customers better. And I gotta tell you, they really are nice people. But I sure miss you guys. Give Mom my love.
See you, Dad.
Ron McAndrews is just one of the people at AT&T Canada, helping companies around the world stay close to their customers.
You're not Plumber Boy, the Bandicoot will come. I'm coming to get you, pal. Hi, how are you? Am I on the right street? Can you tell me where Nintendo is? People run a lot here. This is really nice. Plumber Boy, your time has come.
Back live as our coverage continues from the West Coast. It's 3-3 Canada-Russia at the end of 40 minutes of play. Big excitement in Vancouver, save for tonight's game, is that Tom Rennie, head coach of the World Championship team in 1994, when they captured gold and, of course, silver medal performances as well at Worlds and at the Olympic Games in Lillehammer, and a Memorial Cup championship in Kamloops, and a great-looking smile as he accepts congrats from Pat Quinn. Tom, tremendous that you're the new head coach of Vancouver. Give us a thought on what you're doing with the Canucks. What's in store for camp? Who have you consulted?
I've consulted just about everybody in BC, and that means a lot of relatives and friends, Ron. But just getting ourselves ready in terms of a coaching staff and identifying a little bit more with our team through video and the opponents that we're going to face, 25 of them throughout the course of the year. And basically, on paper, at least, getting ourselves prepared for training camp.
Your boy, Trevor Linden, looks good tonight.
He sure does. He's really, I think, an inspiration to his team, as a matter of fact. He's set up a tremendous goal, the second goal, and has played with a lot of desire, and I think that's got to be contagious.
Before the game, you had a thought on what tonight would be about, because it's not a critical game in terms of if you lose, you're out. But what did you expect, and then give us your thoughts on the first two?
Well, I thought both teams would really come out to try to, leave a mark, if you will. I don't think anybody wants to come out here and sort of just pretend their way through a hockey game, Ron. I felt that they would come out and really try to leave each other with some type of an impression. And I think they've done that. I think that, the first period was certainly Canada's. If you look at the second period, Canada maybe didn't come out of the gate like they should have, and the Russians are right back in it. So the third period, I think, will set the tone for what might happen for both teams from this point on.
It's pretty physical in the second period. You can feel tempers running a little high. Do you expect that to continue?
I think that the team that will win will be the team that can play that way but can keep their heads on. If they don't, whomever that might be, they'll probably lose.
On behalf of all the referees, we watched you going through the obstruction rules, so thanks for your help. You're great for the CHA, and good luck in Vancouver.
Thank you, and I appreciate that, Ron.
There's Tom Rennie. We'll have more coverage of the World Cup of Hockey. It's 3-3. Team Russia, Team Canada, as we continue from GM Place in Vancouver on CBC Sports in a moment.
Oh, forget the sports page. Every week, first thing I go for is my Canadian Tire Flyer.
I love the sales.
Every week, it's got really great sale prices on my favorite brands.
One look at that flyer.
And I'm flying down to my store to save on Mono Ultra caulking for just $3.49 each and other great products to help seal and protect.
Everyday low prices?
That's good.
Everyday low prices plus even lower weekly sale prices.
That's better.
Canadian Tire. Everyday low prices made better.
When you're on the go, even when you're not, nothing goes better than Tim Hortons Timbits. At 20 for just $1.99 and no tax. Your money goes a long way, too. And with 10 fresh flavors to choose from, everybody's happy. Tim Hortons Timbits.
You've always got time for Tim Hortons.
Pass them on.
Every weekend, there is one newscast that can take you to places around the world. The places you want to know about. Sunday Report with Wendy Mesley on CBC Television.
Imagine if you were pregnant.
I think I might be. You're gonna do it all. Family, school, everything.
I won't be coming back next year.
You can say it, you know.
I'm gonna do what you suggested, an abortion.
Liberty Street. Reality Bites back Tuesday.
Al?
Speaking.
It's Don.
The Donster.
It's about the car, Al.
Be here any day.
I'm buying a Nissan Altima instead.
Excuse me?
Altima, J.D. Power and Associates best entry midsize car and initial quality in the U.S.
Really?
Yeah, I'm financing it at 3.8%.
4.8.
No, Al, 3.8. Of course, I could lease it for $299 a month.
$3.99?
No, Al, $299.
Standard, right?
Automatic.
Doors?
Oh, yeah.
Both sides?
Both sides.
Roof?
Buying a new car? Compare first, buy second. The 1996 Nissan Altima.
Good evening. I'm Allison Smith. Here's a look at some of the stories we're working on for tonight's National. Prime Minister Chrétien made a campaign-style appearance in Quebec today. He told Quebecers they can improve their economic prospects by defeating the Parti Québécois in the next provincial election. Later, Chrétien opened a new convention centre in Quebec City with Lucien Bouchard at his side. Canadians are taking up a challenge from Heritage Minister Sheila Copps, ordering hundreds of thousands of free maple leaf flags from the federal government. But Copps' initiative is running into criticism. It's costing the federal treasury far more than expected, at least $23 million. And tonight on our magazine, Children in Chains, a look at the international child sex trade and what international authorities are doing about it. Those stories and more later tonight on The National.
Oh, finally a night to myself. This is so great.
Come away with me, Ron.
Could these be any better?
Matthew, pick up. I know you're there. Listen, you are hot, baby. ITM is talking multi-movie deals. CNT want you to direct. Stephen and David want you to run their studio. Oh, and Hostess, they want you to be their spokesman or something. Talk about small potatoes.
Hostess thing? Hostess thing?
Did you not hear the other part of the message there? What are you thinking?
The freshness of the sea is yours at Omar Plus, offering a great selection of fresh fish daily, mouth-watering seafood, and tender, juicy steaks. Come aboard! Omar Plus is now offering 3 80-cent meals. Just order our 12 Icelandic scampi, or filet mignon with scampi, or chicken filet with shrimps, and get the second person's meal for 80 cents. So treat a friend for 80 cents. Omar Plus, dedicated to you.
During the Bedford Interiors summer sale, you can save up to 40% on fine furniture that will last for generations. Bedford Interiors is giving classical furniture a totally new look, the up to 40% off look. Sit in the Country Pine dining room, part of the new Arnold Palmer Home Collection. Take a moment to ravish the stately King's Row bedroom from the Lineage Collection. Don't miss Bedford Interiors summer sale. Fine furniture forever with discounts that'll be gone soon. 1850 Hymas, east of Sources.
Al?
Speaking.
It's Don.
The Donster.
It's about the car, Al.
Be here any day.
I'm buying a Nissan Altima instead.
Excuse me?
Altima, J.D. Power and Associates best entry midsize car and initial quality in the U.S.
Really?
Yeah, I'm financing it at 3.8%.
4.8.
No, Al, 3.8. Of course, I could lease it for $299 a month.
$3.99?
No, Al, $299.
Standard, right?
Automatic.
Doors?
Oh, yeah.
Both sides?
Both sides.
Roof?
Buying a new car? Compare first, buy second. The 1996 Nissan Altima.
This portion of the World Cup of Hockey on CBC is brought to you by Ruffles Potato Chips. Now Ruffles Sour Cream and Onion flavor is back.
Welcome back to Vancouver. Igor Larionov didn't play in the 91 Canada Cup because of Viktor Tikhonov. He's running the show here. We wondered about the short training camp and the complicated style of Russian play.
Well, it's a good question. Actually, this kind of World Cup is unusual for us, and used to be had like 2 months training camp and to get used to each other. This time it's only 2 weeks, and of course the players, like I said before, playing in the National Hockey League different styles, and right now we got mixed European style and Russian style and North American style. I hope the players will recall those memories from the Russia, because everybody were taught how to play the Russian style of hockey. I mean, a lot of passing, a lot of great combinations, and spectacular plays. So, and tonight I hope we'll play our Russian style of hockey, and which brings some excitement and which keep fans happy.
Well, there's no doubt about it. Igor Larionov is the quiet leader of this Russian team. He's been pretty quiet tonight, though. No points yet. Harry, we've seen 2 different games in the 2 periods here. In Game 1 in the North American pool, 17-6 were the shots in the first in favor of Canada. 15-6 were the shots in the second in favor of Russia, and they got the only 2 goals to tie.
Canada has allowed a goal in each period in the first 2.5 minutes, and that's a tough way to start a period. Canada has to get back, play the way they played the last 10 minutes of the first period, and of course the Russians want to play the way they played for most of the second. So the team that wins this game is going to be the team that can get their act in order for the last 20 minutes.
We're going to find out. The third period has started here in Vancouver. We're tied at 3. Canada coming in, hitting, and an injury right away. Malikov has been hit in the corner, and he's down. Now just getting up.
Big Primo on the forecheck. The second forechecker in, and as Malikov rolled the puck up past him on the boards, Primo continued to make the hit. Here comes the puck to Malikov. He puts it up, and Primo continues, and just got a little bit of him. The noise might have hurt him. But this forechecking line of Shanahan, Lindros, and Primo are dreaded enemies of the defenseman. And there was a good example of why you better move the puck quick and get ready, because if you don't, you're in trouble. Here are the hits we've tabulated. You can see Canada's hits went down a little bit in period 2. Their chances to score went down, and their goals went down.
Russia getting the only 2 in the second period. Malikov and Fedorov. The marksman. McGillney centers one. That was close. Man open coming in. McGillney takes it again on a skate back to the net. Waits for a bit before trying to throw it in front. Forced to go to the boards. They'll catch him over there and get it out in a race for it. Lindros going in there against Gonchar. The latter winning the race, and in behind the play, a penalty has been called. And it's against Russia.
Kasparaitis on the back check hauled down Brendan Shanahan as Lindros was racing for the loose puck. And he negated what might have been a 2-on-1. Have a look at it here. You can see there's the trip right there. Lindros is going for the puck. Shanahan's trying to get in the rush and can't. So Canada gets an early power play here. And their power play has been a good chunk of their offense in the exhibition game, and they've scored 1 tonight with the man-ups.
Canada has a tough schedule. Don Cherry was mentioning earlier in our telecast tonight, Canada tomorrow morning will leave for Philadelphia to play the States, who are there waiting for Team Canada. So Team Canada starting this tournament against Russia, one of the big teams, and going all the way to Philadelphia to meet the United States, another of the big teams.
And that's one reason why this game is vitally important.
Shot by Coffey. Sakic quickly. He missed though. Gretzky to Coffey again. Shot in there. Knocked down. Score! Joe Sakic. Canada has the lead.
The Conn Smythe winner and member of the Stanley Cup champion Colorado Avalanche. 3 Canada forwards, only 2 Russian defenders. And number 20, Joe Sakic, doesn't hesitate as he backhands it into an open net to give Canada a lead in less than the first minute of the third period.
You know, they were saying they'd like to get one early in this third period and get it rolling again. Well, they did get one early. 52 seconds. Joe Sakic. And Canada is in front again, 4-3. They're on the puck once more. Centering pass. Lemieux shot high. Just missed the top corner. Lemieux in there, hitting hard on Kovalev. Steals the puck. Kovalev got it back. Here comes Desjardins. Can't get there in time. Wrapped in from center ice again. Yushkevich for Russia. Steps up and then looks a high one into the Canadian zone, and Desjardins back quickly. Stevens. Damphousse. Nobody open, so he just made sure the puck got out. Fetisov coming back in. That's knocked down by Stevens. Damphousse rolled it through the middle. A little bit too far for Trevor Linden. Zhemnov leaving it for Fetisov. And they bring it out neatly. Seaman. Through the middle they go. Gretzky broke it up. Gave it away though. Gonchar ripped the shot. Big rebound. Off the goal post and it stays out. Linden clearing it quickly and hit the net with it. Canada 4, Russia 3. They're forechecking again. Sakic just missed his man with that pass. Fleury. Brind'Amour. The other man on the line. Sakic around the net doing great work out front. Fleury couldn't get a shot. Sakic is on it again. What a start he's had to this third period. Joe Sakic on the puck, turning away from 2 defenders and had to give it up near the line. Dumped in wide of the net by Nicolishin. This is Niedermayer, but they're on to him. He gets little room to move with it. Got back to break up a play. Mogilny, however, takes it. Takes a hit, too, in the corner. Shakes it off against Shanahan. Comes out with a shot. Stopped. Kasparaitis. Fedorov was open, but they couldn't get the puck to him. Yushkevich coming back fast. There's Big Lindros. Had it programmed all the way. Lindros is upended. The play goes right on. The fans wanted a penalty call. Lindros dumped behind the play. Coffey and Foot, a lively third period we've got going now. The puck is shot in from center. Fedorov in to pick it up. That's an icing call against Canada. 19,056 to sell out and they're booing.
There are times when you congratulate yourself for choosing a car you can rely on. A car with side guard door beams that protect you in the case of lateral impact. And other times you're happy it offers more than mere flash. The Chevrolet Cavalier. Tried, tested, and true.
This portion of the World Cup of Hockey on CBC is brought to you by Chevy Trucks. Chevy Trucks, like a rock.
Big Eric turns these fans on when he gets a beat on someone, and right here it's Dmitry Yushkevich taking the hit. And on the way back, they collide again, and that's what the fans were booing about, thinking Yushkevich should have got an interference call. Curtis Joseph gets off the hook here as one hits the right goal post and stays out.
Sakic giving Canada a 4-3 lead from Coffey and Gretzky on the power play at 52 seconds to start this third period. 4 minutes gone. Icing call against Russia.
Well, Bob, you were talking about the game, the next game for Canada Saturday night in Philadelphia. Here's how the whole thing operates. In the first round, everybody plays each other once in their pool. And then the first place teams in both sides get a bye, and the second on the North American side plays the third on the Europe, and third in the Europe plays the second North American in a sudden death game. Then we have 2 more sudden death games, and then the finals, 2 out of 3. Saturday, we're at the new Philadelphia Arena. First hockey game ever in the core state Spectrum. The United States, a pretty good lineup. Maybe the best they've ever had in the Canada.
Canada leads Russia 4-3. Just past 4 minutes of play in the third period. Russia coming away with it. Up through center, Jitnik takes the line, wants to go all the way, but Coffey got enough of him to stop it. Messier left it there, back to the net. Scooped it on the boards in the corner. Jitnik was waiting for it. Sends it in deep again. Messier was waiting for that. To Lemieux. Hit his man, Fetisov. They bump. Hang on there for a while as the puck goes flying over the glass into the crowd.
Well, early in the third period, certainly the Canadian team looked like they're skating. You can't give up a speed advantage to this quick Russian team. Canada did it the first period. Then they came on in the second and took over. They never could get her going in the second period. But so far here, in the first 4.5 minutes, Canada has been moving the legs, and Fetisov and Lemieux have a collision right here. And this third period starting off to be a beauty.
That play was offside of the blue line. A beautiful day here in Vancouver, 29 degrees Celsius. The weather is fantastic. I mentioned the sellout, 19,056. They tell me the tickets were all gone when they were up for sale for this game in a couple of hours.
So you like this West Coast weather, do you, Mr. Cole?
Love it.
A perfect day in Canada's most beautiful city. Nothing against St. John's. Don't get upset.
This is Linden coming down the boards hard with Gretzky. It is centered. Stevens. Sharp angle, so no shot at the net. Desjardins pinching in a bit to scoop it up the side of the goal, and Heavy Bullen grabbed it and held it.
Nikolai Khabibulin, who had a great second half and playoff for the Winnipeg Jets last year, 26 victories. He was a gold medal champion in 1992 in the World Junior Tournament, 204th overall in the 92 draft, and asked the Detroit Red Wings whether they think this guy is a pretty good goaltender. And Trefilov, who played in Calgary and now plays for Buffalo, is showing somebody on the bench how to fix his glove or start an outboard engine, one of the two.
Canada 4, Russia 3. Canada at one time had a 3-1 lead. Russia with 2 in the second tied it. Canada an early goal here in the third. Joe Sakic at 52 seconds. Yushkevich stepping in with a shot for Russia. Joseph on the short side, no problem. Kozlov hit. Stevens nailed him before he could go by. Canada will get the puck down the ice. That'll be an icing call coming up. Yushkevich back.
Well, Kovalenko, or Gonchar, sorry, on the bench here. Looks like they're trying to give his arm a shot as if his shoulder might be a little out of joint. Now, Gonchar didn't score any goals, so not shaking hands, congratulating them. I don't think that's the Russian version of the way you congratulate a goal scorer.
Jitnik. And he played it to open ice. Fedorov tapped it away. Demchinov stepping in, couldn't make a play. Russia keep it in, though. Jitnik fired one from the point. Fleury won't stop Kasparaitis. Fedorov tried to center it. Sakic prevented that. It's just out over the line. Brought in by Alexei Jitnik and offside.
Well, the goaltending tandem so far, Curtis Joseph, who got the nod tonight, and you can see what a great goals against average he had in last year's World Championship, and Martin Brodeur. If there's a better goalie in the National Hockey League in the last 2 years, I don't know that you can say there is. He won the Calder Trophy. He was instrumental in winning the Stanley Cup. And last year, despite the fact that Jersey Devils didn't make the playoffs, he won 34 games and had a 2.34 goals against average.
(4-3) Canada, and again they hold it on the boards with 13:32 remaining. And he had a great game against Russia in Calgary in that exhibition tie the other night.
Well, I mentioned he won the Calder Trophy in '94 as the Rookie of the Year. He was only the third goalie in the last 20 years to win that trophy as a rookie. Carrasso and Balfour, the other two. Carrasso right out of high school to win the Calder Trophy. Can you imagine?
Coffey will steal some time and go back a bit. Everybody comes back to join him. And they form up and move out as far as center. And Messier brings it in. Jams on the brakes. Waits for help. And foot slammed the shot too high. Coffey fired one. That came off his skate and just missed the far corner. Kozlov is moving up with Larionov. Kozlov gets set and had a stick lifted by Messier coming back. Gonchar up again for Yuskevich, and he shot one in deep. Larionov up by Coffey. Laid up on the boards and hopped away from Graves again all the way down the ice. And another icing call coming up against Canada with 12:41 to play in the third period. Canada by 1.
I dream I'm...
Bye, guys. See you next week.
Between us, it's Carlin.
It's not surprising that the Cavalier is equipped with four-wheel anti-lock brakes. What is surprising is that it's the only car in its category that offers them the standard equipment. The Chevrolet Cavalier. Tried, tested, and true.
David Elson, the cartoonist for the Calgary Sun, a clever guy to say the least, had this little picture to indicate what happened to the Russian rocket. We all know that Pavel Bure bruised his kidney on this play right here. Leach hit him in a USA-Russia game in Detroit. Here he is watching practice the other day. Much to the dismay of the Vancouver Canuck fans, he won't be in the lineup. There's his brother without his shirt, Valerie Bure. And Pat Quinn was hoping that this would give Pavel a real head start to the season. But now he's out of the tournament, not with a bad knee, but with a bruised kidney.
Fetisov had to hurry back in his own zone to rescue the puck with Canada moving in. Kovalenko stopped by Primo. Russians get it out across center again. Stevens backing up. Lead pass. Lindros failed to knock that down. Kovalev turning. He's been strong for Russia in this game. Kasparaitis shot it in. And Primo will try to move it back out. He does. Gets it up to Lindros. Shanahan is on the play. Here he is. Shanahan had the pass hit a skate. He's back of the goal trying to dump it out front. Kasparaitis hit him. And the puck is lifted to center. Stevens again shooting it back in. Canada changing as the play goes on. Zhitnik. We're near the 9-minute mark of the third period. Canada 4. Russia 3. Pass up through center. Nemchinov shoots it in behind the net. Niedermayer coming back quickly, but Fedorov was stopped from getting a shot. Mogilny got the pass in. Nemchinov back for Mogilny. Fedorov in front of the goal. Couldn't get it out to him. Here's a hard hit by Blake. Nailed Nemchinov pretty good. And he hit him again. Rob Blake clears the puck out and down the ice. Canada on it. Damphousse can't make the play in front of the net. Gonchar got back. 4-3 Canada. It's starting to open up again. Niedermayer knocked it away. Messier's backhand pass. Stop near center. Graves getting chase. Lemieux played it back inside his own line, and now Messier can't reach it. Shot down the ice. Yuskevich, the first one back. Graves chasing him. Yuskevich made a pretty good move to get it ahead, but not out. Coffey kept it in. Oh, left hand by Fetisov on Coffey, and nobody saw it. Russia moving it. Larionov's quick pass to Kozlov. Larionov can't make that pretty play. Coffey, a big defensive move, stopping the pass. Yuskevich shot, stop, rebound. Into the corner goes Russia pressing. Yuskevich again. Shot is blocked, and the puck goes across center. Just past the 10-minute mark of the third. Canada leads 4-3. Russia coming on again. Zhevnov coming in. Can't get a shot. Kovalev drives it off his stick. They're all over Canada right here. Zhevnov back to the line. Kasparaitis tried to feed it back to him. Puck is still in there, but now they'll clear it. And they'll hang on this icing play. Russia really had it going.
Awesome, great hockey here at both ends of the rink. A real good shift by the Russian team there and some close calls. Canada involved big time. We worried about Rob Blake. He only played 6 games last year. He's coming from a long way back. This was the third of 3 big hits on the same shift, and he finally gets the puck out of the zone, and away Canada goes on a 3-on-1 rush, and Damphousse cannot get the puck to the man he wanted on a good play by Gonchar, and then Paul Coffey made a great defensive play on this cute passing situation as Larionov was all alone in front, but Coffey's diving poke check prevented the puck from getting to him.
That one was not dropped squarely. So once again, they'll line up to the left of Curtis Joseph.
Russia missing 2 defensemen in the dressing room, Zubov and Malakhov. I don't know what happened to Zubov, but remember Malakhov, he was tattooed in there early in this period and has not returned.
Canada trying to get organized again, and Fleury will do it for him. Brings it in. Fleury all the way around the net, comes out of the pass. The shot. It missed the goal. Stevens' shot. It's off the stick. Very high in the building, up behind Nikolai Khabibulin. With 9 minutes remaining in the third, it remains a 4-3 Canada lead.
Bye, guys. See you next week.
Between us, it's Carlin.
I can't get my helmet on.
From the land of sunshine comes the greatest long shot.
What's a bobsled?
In Olympic history. John Candy.
Oh, goody.
Cool Runnings, September 15th.
Every weekend, there is one newscast that can take you to places around the world. The places you want to know about. Sunday Report with Wendy Mesley on CBC Television.
One of the attractions of the Canada Cups and now the World Cups is that the type of play is a little different because of the great skill level in all these teams. We haven't seen nearly as many shoot-ins and attempted retrieves. We've seen more and better passes. There's been a great pace. We haven't noticed the neutral zone trap. We've seen some good one-on-one offensive battles. When you add up all those things, no wonder Canadians love the Canada Cup, and they'll love the World Cup just as much.
That's Primo digging the puck off the boards, and a great battle back to the net with Gonchar. Desjardins shot it into him. Couldn't knock it down. Now he has it. Fedorov trying to stop him. Took the puck away from Primo. McGillney moving back to help, and they freeze it in on the boards. And the face-off will be inside of the Russia line.
The World Cup brings you the greatest moments in hockey. Now, Canadian Tire brings the World Cup into your store. The best sale prices on brand name equipment, like Bauer Supreme 3000 junior and senior hockey sticks half price, and CCM Ultra Pro hockey skates just $69.99. Canadian Tire's World Cup of Hockey sale. It's here, it's now, and it's real. Canadian Tire, everyday low prices made better.
We are back in Vancouver. This is game one of the North American pool in the World Cup of Hockey, Canada and Russia. It's been a close one from the start. Russia got the lead. Canada took the lead. Russia came back to tie. And then Canada, a goal here early in the third by Joe Sakic. Put up a 4-3 score. That's there now. And we have 8:30 left in the third period. Here we go. Sakic on the ice again. Fleury, Brind'Amour. Sakic won the draw. Fleury chasing the puck. Now Brind'Amour is after his man, Kozlov. Shakes loose from him. Can't get by Sakic though. Heavy Bullen stepping out of the net. Flipping one on the glass. There's Sakic again. Sakic kicked it in there for Brind'Amour. He's tough to beat along the boards. Brind'Amour and Sakic, they get it in front. And Larionov scoots away. Over center. Sees the wall in front of him, so shoots it in. Joseph out of the net to play it the other way. Kovalenko for Russia. Fleury took it away from him and lifted the puck away, and Sakic is giving chase. Yuskevich got there just in time. Larionov the other way across the Canadian line, and he made the move at the blue line, and Kovalenko one in, offside.
Oh, we just received word that Malakoff and Zubov, two talented Russian defensemen, have both hurt their legs. They will not be back tonight. We don't know how serious the injuries are, and it was a fortunate decision by the Russian coach to dress 7 defensemen, because now there's quite a difference playing half the game with 5 or half the game with 4, especially this early in the tournament.
Glenn Sather had a tough time putting this Canada team together. Talk about injuries. They had 8 total through the training sessions. A lot of them are getting better, though. Al McInnes had to leave. Stevens didn't make it either.
Ron Francis.
Oh, I'm sorry, Francis.
He's got a rib injury, and Steve Yzerman won't be able to play till the playoffs, as he has a knee injury, and there are 2 or 3 others that are playing with less than 100%.
That's another offside. Of course, Stevens is dressed and in this game tonight. Francis very disappointed.
Yeah, a bitter pill to swallow when you get picked to play with this group and then get hurt and can't play. Zamnov, who's the newest Chicago Blackhawk, going over there from Phoenix in the trade for Roenick, a talented player who's yet to sign with Chicago. He wants the same kind of money Roenick was asking. Well, they've just added a talented guy at center ice where the Hawks have been decimated with the loss of Bernie Nichols and now Roenick. So
Zamnov is stepping in for Russia. Dropped it back. Kasparaitis' shot. It's off a stick and went wide. Kovalev is stepping out in front of the net. Loose puck. Another shot. Blocked again in front of Joseph. Canada covering up for their goalie now. But Russia forcing the play again. Kovalev coming in against Niedermayer. It's kept in along the boards by Nikolishin, and finally Canada gets it out. Gonchar turns away from Messier. Canada changing as the play comes up to center. Gonchar shot it across the line. Primo didn't know the puck was right at his feet. Now he does. Got it up there for Lindros, and he set it in deep. Under 7 minutes left in the third period. Canada 4, Russia 3. In a very important first game for these two. Mogilny trying to clear it out. Down goes Mogilny. Poke checked. Yuskevich will turn back. Circles at his own line. The Russians just trying to get organized now. The 5 that are on there circling back. Canada comes back in at them. Desjardins driving one high and hard. Heavy Bullen, though, had the angle on that. With 5:50 left in the third, it's still Canada by a goal.
We want to make it perfectly clear. You'll find guaranteed low prices at your Canadian Tire store every day. If you find a better price anywhere, we'll match it. Guaranteed.
One of the budding superstars of the National Hockey League, Scott Niedermayer, makes a great defensive play to help his goalie Curtis Joseph out. And this guy can really skate, and he's developed the ability to play without the puck.
Long shot is right on from Foot at the blue line. And this line for Canada, obviously Glenn Sather feels it's the hot line. Now Sakic, Fleury, and Brind'Amour, they're on again.
Adam Foote, playing with a hairline fracture of his foot, told me there's no way he'll miss this tournament. And he has been the most dependable, steady defenseman on Team Canada so far in the exhibition games of training camp.
Brind'Amour came close that time. Missed his man with a check to the far side. And Russia inside the Canadian line. A little rough stuff again. The play will be stopped. Kasparaitis was flattened by Coffey. Gets up, doesn't like it. Well, why would he like it?
He lost his helmet, and he lost his glove, and he lost the puck.
Well, he's been asking for it ever since that game in Calgary. So when he gets it, he doesn't like it. Well, here it comes, baby.
Paul Coffey, whose talents are not being a physical defenseman, but he's doing a nice job here in Kasparaitis, and the replay tells us he got away with grabbing the sweater of Kasparaitis and then tries to grab his nose.
Darius Kasparaitis. Brendan Shanahan was saying the other day, it doesn't take long to get a dislike for your opponent when you run into a Kasparaitis or two. 5:25 left in the third. Gonchar back. That is Zhitnik. Try to pass up through the middle. That rarely works. Linden keeping it in. There's Gretzky with him. Linden is hauled down, and Kovalev at the far side, stick handle away. Coming out across the line is Yamnov. He's pulling the ice, and Niedermayer will take over. Around the net he goes. He can skate. A great skating defenseman. Got it up across center to Gretzky. Stayed on side with a pass to Dom Foose. Doesn't work though. Gonchar and Dom Foose in on the boards. Russia do not get it out. It's tipped in front. Dom Foose reaching back with his skate. Couldn't make contact in front of Heavy Bullen. 4:30 left in the third. Russia dumping it in. They want to make changes. And Niedermayer will take his time coming out. The crowd getting into it now. They sense maybe Canada can grab this first game. They were down 1-0. Came back to take a 3-1 lead. Saw the Russians come out and tie it quickly in the second. Now Sakic's goal here in the third is standing up so far with 4 minutes left. 4-3 Canada. Yuskevich, the pass through the middle. Canada back, 4 of them. One of them is Messier, and Stevens is another. He couldn't play it too far, but Messier will get it over center and flip it in deep. And quick changing now by Canada. 3:40 left. Russia Starting away, Yuskevich did not expect the pass. He was stopped in his tracks. Here comes Primo, stealing it. Out front it comes. Backhand shot. Tip wide of the net. Scott Stevens keeps it in deep. Yuskevich, he didn't move fast enough. Puck got away, though. And Russia get it up. Larionov gets to the line. Cleared back through center, and Shanahan pulled away from a check. Shanahan shot, blocked. Good save by Khabibulin. And a fine shot by Shanahan. Larionov behind the back pass. Kozlov, man open. Larionov stopped by Joseph. Big save. 3 minutes left in the third. 4-3 Canada. Russia, Kovalenko. Tossed it away to Kozlov. Stick handles ahead and lips one into the glove of Curtis Joseph. Both teams changing quickly. 2:40 left, third period. A one-goal lead. That by this man, Sakic. He centered one. Nobody could reach it. Russia trying to move out. Kovalev hauled his man down. Fleury. Kovalev again gets the puck ahead. Bumped lightly. That prevented him from moving on. Sakic and Brind'Amour. And there's Sakic again dumping it in. Another sign for the quick change on the fly. 2:15 left to play in the third period. 4-3 Canada here in game one. Canada dumping it in again. Yuskevich is back. Hit Lemieux. Messier comes up. He saw Lemieux but couldn't get the puck to him. 2 minutes left in the third period. Kovalev, who got the first goal in the game, got it ahead. They move it back in quickly. Zhamnov shot, stop, rebound. High over the net, off the stick, centered again. Pressure here. Zhamnov centered it, score! Zhamnov spotted Nemchinov open. And that's what he had, the open net for a tie game with 1 minute and 41 seconds left to play in the third. It's 4-4.
The Canadians are bitterly complaining that the Russians had 6 skaters on the ice when the goal was scored. Now, whether that is true or not, I don't know. But it ended up that the Russians had 2 or 3 chances and then finally scored on this play. Nobody sees Nemchinov on the outside of the defensive box. Right here, you can see Stevens doesn't see him in time, and neither does the back-checking forward. Now, they're going over to find out whether there might have been 6 skaters on the ice. Now, whether
Lazarevich, the linesman, went over and said something to Gregson, Harry, the referee. Now, you know, linesmen usually spot that extra body. And look at here. There's no goal. Too many men on the ice. No goal.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable that that would happen with 1 minute and 41 seconds to go. That they would have 6 skaters. Let's see if we can find the 6 skaters for the Russians. There's 4 over there. You can see there. Now, if we take the shot a little further, we can see 2 more.
Guilty.
So, no doubt about it. They had a power play that wasn't allowed. And they now are behind with 1:41 to go and shorthanded.
Brad Lazarevich was the linesman on that side. And obviously spotted the extra man. So did we, you saw it.
Bye, guys. See you next week.
Between us, it's Carlin.
Yesterday
just in case nobody else saw it, when the puck went in the net, there were 6 attacking Russians on the ice. The puck went in the net, and to make sure somebody could count them, they all got together at center ice, or close to the blue line, and celebrated the goal. And that was enough evidence for sure, but Lazarowicz spotted it earlier and told the referee Gregson about it.
Well, it looked like a nice goal by Marchinov. Now, there they are, 6 guys, 6 players, and I think Fetisov realized it and bolted for the bench, but by then, the evidence was clear. And I don't know what the Russians are arguing about. They certainly didn't have the goalie out, which would be the only reason they'd be allowed to have 6 skaters. So someone got fouled up on the change on the fly. And no wonder the defensive coverage wasn't so good. There were 6 of them.
I was just about
to watch Fetisov. He realizes it here. He's rubbing the heads, and when he rubs 5 and not his own, he says, I better get out of here.
Oh, yeah. There's too many red caps here, baby.
Right. So a break for Canada, but no doubt about the fact it was not a judgment call, it was a mathematical call. And the Russians are going to complain bitterly here, and we'll hear the howling after the game about the officiating. That's 2 goals called back in 1 game in their first game of the tournament here in North America.
When you find a man as wide open as Alexei, or it was Nemchinov, Sergei Nemchinov was, you have to say, well, no wonder you can get so wide open. You have the extra man. That is exactly what happened. And Boris Mikhailov is not happy about it, but he knows he's a great veteran. One of the big stars of the 72 Soviet summit against Team Canada. There he is, still fired up. But his team is down a goal. 1:35 remaining in the third. Russia attacking again. Fedorov left the puck. Fedorov gets it back again. No room for him though. Gretzky cleared it away, and Canada is moving up. Lindros with Gretzky right behind him, who takes the pass right in. Shot the puck at Kasparaitis, hit his leg and bounced away. 1:10 left in the third. In this first game, the big game between Canada and Russia. And now we're down to a minute left. Khabibulin Bulin is still in the net. Canada 4, Russia 3. Sakic has the go-ahead goal at the 52-second mark of the period, and Lindros ran into Kozlov, and I'm not sure he knows where he is. Lindros, a heavy check. There is Messier coming around the corner, got it back to Stevens. 35 seconds remaining. Lindros centered it. Lindros gets set, made another play. Lindros is a fire right here. Lindros takes a high step.
No doubt about it.
This could be trouble. Lindros obviously hurt.
Igor Larionov chopped Lindros on the arm as Lindros was coming over to check him. And Eric dropped his stick right away. He appears to be all right, but it was a major league slash by a guy who you think would be the most unlikely Russian to do it, Igor Larionov.
Lindros dealt the heaviest check of the game on Kozlov.
Kozlov was looking down to get the puck and kick it up to his stick. Yeah. And that was a clean check. Here's the chop right here. Right across the right hand of Lindros by the look of it, or wrist. So the Russians will be 2 men down with 25.7 seconds to go on a face-off just outside the top of the circle in the Russian end zone.
This game should be in the bag now. Lindros, of course, everybody hopes, has not been injured. He seems to have shaken it off and has skated to the Team Canada bench. Took a chop on the arm.
28-9, the Canadians have out-hit the Russians tonight. And they've done it without taking penalties. And that is the key, as far as I'm concerned, to neutralizing the speed and talent of the Russians. Now, there's going to be another penalty here as Messier went over to the Russian bench. And he's going to get one. with 25 seconds to go.
The gate is open at the Team Canada penalty bench.
I don't know whether Mark said anything to the Russian bench or threatened them or what, but he's going to get a penalty anyway. Probably an unsportsmanlike. So this game that's nearly over is taking a long time to end.
44 seconds left in the CMAC penalty. Larionov got the slashing call. And now Messier. I think a misconduct penalty to Mark Messier. That, in fact, is the call. Messier leaves to the Team Canada room. Team Canada ready to celebrate a close 4-3 win over Russia here in Game 1. They fly tomorrow morning to Philadelphia for Game 2 the following night against the United States.
And the Russians fly to Montreal, I think it is, to play the Slovakians Saturday afternoon, or Saturday, I think, at 5 o'clock, Montreal time.
Face-off just inside the Russia blue line. Stevens, Canada controlling. Here's Fleury, he scores! That will do it. 5-3, Canada.
Great passing play from the point into the sideboards, and Fleury's over here in the clear on the wrong wing and just one times it. Habibulin no chance at all, and the reaction on the Canada bench tells you the score is Canada 5, Russia 3 with 19 seconds left in the game.
Fleury from Gretzky and Stevens at 1940, and Canada has taken a 5-3 lead, and the clock is winding down here in Game 1. 8 seconds left. Canada has defeated Russia here in the first game, and the crowd on its feet cheering. Game over. Canada wins it.
Well, a very strange game. Canada looked like they were in trouble in the first half of the first period, then took over. They had a dismal second period, but in the third, they came alive, outshot the Russians 12-8, and ended up winning it 5-3 in a bitterly fought game.
And the total shots over the 3 periods, 35. Canada, 29. Russia. Canada wins Game 1, 5-3.
I 6 World Series, 6 basketball seasons, 6 hockey playoffs, 6 football seasons, and just 1 tune-up after 160,000 kilometers. Vortec engines, 1 more reason to drive a Chevy truck. Chevy Trucks.
Dear Scotty, trust me, son, Paris is a long, long way from Winnipeg. When I'm not working, I've been touring the town. You know, just taking in the sights.
Fine sunny morning here in the Peg in Portage and Maine.
Work is going well. I'm here setting up a 1-800 call center for English, French, and German customers. So it's complicated. They really appreciate our technical expertise and that good old Canadian know-how on taking care of customers better. And I gotta tell you, they really are nice people. But I sure miss you guys. Give Mom my love.
See you, Dad.
Ron McAndrews is just one of the people at AT&T Canada, helping companies around the world stay close to their customers.
You know a television series is doing its job when your viewers tell you they get caught up in the lives of the characters, that they really want to know what's going to happen next. CBC dramatic series have always been inspired by the hopes and dreams, problems and accomplishments of all kinds of Canadians, living from one end of this country to the other. These series entertain us with a unique Canadian style of storytelling, and there's really only one place you can find them. That's on CBC.
The freshness of the sea is yours at Omar Plus, offering a great selection of fresh fish daily, mouth-watering seafood, and tender, juicy steaks. Come aboard! Omar Plus is now offering 3 80-cent meals. Just order our 12 Icelandic scampi, or filet mignon with scampi, or chicken filet with shrimps, and get the second person's meal for 80 cents. So treat a friend for 80 cents. Omar Plus, dedicated to you.
Canada wins game 1 of the North American Pool 5-3. Here's the scoring summary. Kovalev scored at 2:18 from Yuskevich and Fedosov, then 3 goals from Canada. The first shorthanded from Vincent Damphousse, Desjardins on the power play, and then Shanahan even strength. It's 3-1 at the end of one. Canada 17-6 in shots. It was all Russia in the second. Malahov makes it 3-2 at 2:57. Then Sergei Fedorov draws the Russians even at 3:36. Both of those even strength goals. The game winner, compliments of Joe Sakic, 52 seconds in on the power play, and then again on the power play, Darren Fleury rounds out the scoring at 19:40. 5-3 the final. Here was the game-winning goal, early moments of the third period. Joe Sakic with a nifty backhand effort from Paul Coffey and Wayne Gretzky. 52 seconds in, made it 4-3, and the hero of the Stanley Cup is the hero of Game 1 of the World Cup of Hockey for Team Canada. Here are the Molson 3 stars this evening. Mark Messier is the third star, the second star from Team Russia, Alexei Zhamnov, and the number 1 star is Vincent Damphousse, scoring the goal that got Canada on the board. And here's a look at that. 9:23 into period number 1. Canada down 1-0. Trevor Linden and Damphousse combined on this pretty effort as Vincent Damphousse beats Nikolai Khabibulin. Made it 1-1 at that stage. Canada rolls to a 5-3 victory. Both teams play again on Saturday. Canada in the United States against Philadelphia play the United States. We'll continue with our coverage of the World Cup of Hockey.
My friends, the floor is over. I repeat, the floor is over.
The more things change, the more things remain the same. X says it all since 1903.
Because the world can be a big, scary place. The Chevy Blazer with the exclusive driver control system. It's nice to know it's there.
Returning this fall on CBC, Canadian comedy at its best.
No cameras!
With this hour as 22 minutes.
Nuts is an understatement.
The sizzling stand-up of comics.
I'm childless, except for this boy that I'm dating.
And Royal Canadian Air Force.
I give it a thumbs up. You got that? You betcha.
Tell me about it.
CBC, television to call our own.
Comics. I went to a yuppie garage sale. They weren't selling anything. They're just showing everybody all the stuff they have.
I don't like reading the Toronto Star. I don't like reading any weekend big city newspaper. Because they always have the extra sections. It's always stuff I don't have. Cutesy titles. Home. Wheels. Life.
Comics, Friday nights on CBC Television.
I want this house.
It was a dream come true. Until they moved in.
Sit on your face.
The ceiling.
A little work, a little care, a little imagination, and it's gonna be great. It's a lemon, honey, let's face it.
Will they finish the house before the house finishes them? Tom Hanks, Shelley Long,
The Money Pit, September 11th.
The World Cup of Hockey on CBC is brought to you by Molson Exports. X says it all since 1903. By Canadian Tire, Canada's hockey store, a proud sponsor of the World Cup of Hockey. By Chevrolet, tried, tested, and true. And by AT&T Canada.
Back in Vancouver, Game 1 is in the books, and Canada defeats Russia by a score of 5-3. Curtis Joseph, a big performance in goal for the Canadians. Paul Coffey, big poke check in the third period. He was a hero of a game in '84 with a big poke check. And Vincent Damphousse, what a great story. You didn't even know you'd be playing in this World Cup of Hockey. When did you get the call?
Well, about a week before the training camp started, I was playing golf. Mr. Corey invited me to his course, and I was putting in the second hole. Some kid came up to me, so you got a phone call to make, and it's rushed. So he went back to the parking lot, came back with a cellular phone, and made the call, and sure enough, was Glenn Sader on the other line, so I was pretty happy.
And now you're playing with Wayne Gretzky. Had you ever played? You had that big All-Star game, I know, in Chicago with 4 goals.
Yeah, well, Gretzky wasn't my center. I played with Adam Oates and Yzerman, who were pretty good too. But first experience with Wayne, it's great for me. It's a learning experience, first time playing for my country, and I enjoy every minute of it. Let's look at the goal you scored that got Canada back in the game, because the Russians had a good start. Well, I pushed the puck in the corner off the draw, and Trevor made a great play, digging the puck up, and I was wide open in the slot. I just tried to put it as hard as I could somewhere on the net. I was so nervous to get the puck there, and I was lucky to get it through. What a great reaction that is. You know, Vincent, you've notoriously been a slow starter, although not the last couple of years. But you came to camp and looked dynamite. Yeah, last year was a good year for me. Yeah. I started right from the get-go, and I had a pretty consistent season. And I want to do that for the rest of my career and forget about the first 20 games that I had. And the first 7-8 years was tough for me, but I think that's over with now. What about the moments as you stepped on the ice tonight? What did your legs feel like? What's it like to represent Canada against Russia? It felt pretty good. I was nervous, obviously, before the first game. The first shifts was, pretty. We got scored on, I think, on the first shift, so I was pretty nervous out there. But after that, I settled down, and we got so many veterans that have been there before. Even when they made it 3-3, everybody was pretty confident we would come up with a win. What about, who's your roommate? What's the format for you? Do you have? Well, I had a few, because in Whistler, a lot of guys had their girlfriends. Now I'm with Eric Desjardins, and his girlfriend went back home, so he's my roommate from now on. Give me a thought on the game against the USA on Saturday night. Well, we had 2 tough games against them. They're a lot more physical than the Russians are. They got a lot of guys that can stir it up, and I think that's the way we have to play. We have to bang. We got some big guys and really dig the corners, and it's going to be a great game. Well, congratulations on a huge victory tonight. Keep her going. Thanks a lot. There's Vincent Damphousse of Team Canada scoring at 9:23 of the first period, and that paces them to a 5-3 victory. I should mention Curtis Joseph did a great job, didn't you think? Yeah, he did. He played well. He was a big decision between Brodeur and Curtis Joseph, and obviously an outstanding performance with 29 shots directed his way. Well, coming up ahead on CBC Sports, we'll have Game 2 of the North American pool action for Team Canada from the Core State Spectrum in Philadelphia. Canada and the USA is an 8 o'clock start. All Canada games will be at 8 Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific. And then on Sunday, we have coming up the Molson Indy Vancouver. This whole town is abuzz with hockey and racing fever. That's at 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 local time here in Vancouver. Curtis Joseph and the Canadian captain celebrate a 5-3 victory, Canada over Russia tonight at GM Place. On behalf of all of us, thanks for watching this evening from BC, and good night.
CBC Sports, home of the champions.